All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 10.
Episode
I
10.
think we're at episode 10. Wow. Look at us. We're a
Who'd have
little
thought?
late this week, but I'm very sick, if you can't tell from my nasally voice so far. Um, so we kind of postponed the filming just because I felt like shit. And so I think you were also busy
Yep.
one of the days. I don't remember. But yeah, hopefully we won't be late too much in the future. But yeah, I'll do my best to be as entertaining this episode. It's gonna be tough. I'm real out of it. But how was your week, Sauce? Or I guess it's been a little over a week now.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 full weeks
Almost two.
since we recorded last. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Not much. Busy with school. It's been a stressful couple weeks. Um, Outside of school, not much else has been going on. Gaming with the boys, watching some anime, hitting the gym a little bit, but
Nice.
not very consistent. So
Yeah.
we do what we can.
Of course. Of course. The gym grind is. I mean, I don't know. I've never been super consistent in the gym. I'll have like a few months where I go a lot, and then I'm just off the map for a year. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I don't make the most of my trips, but I try to go at least so, something's better than nothing. But
Yeah. It's probably a good way to look at it.
hmm
Um, let's see. What was my week? My week was kind of crazy, actually. I kind of had a wild week. Um, unless you were, did you have more about your week?
no,
I
no,
kind
no,
of
I
cut
was
you.
gonna ask
Okay.
about your week, but
Um, my week. Well, I found out I guess I'll kind of go a little personal, I guess. Just why not? My aunt was in the hospital, had surgery, which was I didn't know, so that was like a surprise at the beginning of the week. Then my father ended up getting I think it's a bacterial infection. I don't know, but he's been in the hospital for a few days. And I think he'll be there for another couple days. And then on top of all that, I got sick a few days ago or yesterday, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I haven't been this sick in a while. Um, but yeah, I still don't know if it's COVID or not. To be honest, I don't go out enough and talk with enough people for me to get a test done. I probably should, just because that's the good thing to do. But
hmm
I don't know. I figure if it gets real bad, I'll get a test. But hopefully over these next few days I get better. Cause it's taking it out of me. It's
yeah.
really this shit sucks. I hate being sick.
You know what helps?
It's awful.
A nice warm shower, which you also
Which I
don't
don't
have.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should. Yeah, my for some reason my hot water just hasn't worked lately, and yeah, so I was taking just frigid showers, but then I got sick, and I was like, I'm not taking cold showers, like while I have a fever.
Nah.
So now I don't know what to do. I haven't showered in a day or two. Um, yeah, it's just kind of feels like everything's crashing down on me, but it's okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Do my best. But yeah, I should probably call the people to fix that today or sometime. I don't know. It's too much going on, man. This week
Yep.
has been a lot. Um, let's see. We had the COD major going on, still going on.
Yep.
I guess we're recording this. Is it Saturday? Friday?
Friday night. Yep.
We're recording this Friday night. So we're about a day, 2 days into the COD Major 3.
hmm
Some crazy games so far.
It's been a fun
Uh,
event to watch. Yeah.
yeah, some interesting upsets and stuff. It's been a fun major. Sucks to see Optic kind of, they're not my favorites to win the event,
No.
but we'll see. You never know. But it's cool that Paris did what they did today. Or fucking God, Vegas
Yeah.
did what they did today. That was cool.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows
a
what we're
tough,
talking about.
a tough first match. We'll find the
Yeah,
right niche.
the right.
Just
Yeah,
with all the issues on LAG that they were having.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, they showed that it wasn't a fluke and beat Thieves. So I don't know. I'm
yeah,
interested to see how far they go.
yeah. I don't know. They have a tough lineup coming up.
Yep.
To be fair, they have beaten most of the teams that they're supposed to play. I don't know if they've beaten Breach before. I don't know the stats, but
Hmm.
I know they've beaten FaZe. I think they've beaten Surge as well at some point. So
Yep.
they have the potential to win the event. It just sucks that they're in losers. I think if they somehow clinch the winners bracket, I think they'd be in a way better spot. But it is what it is. Their online seasons have not been great. Their qualifying matches. So, but it's cool to see Clay. It seems like he always comes out at
He
some point
does.
during the year and just ends up having a good team. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
Counted him out a lot, but yeah. Is it top 8 make champs?
Yep.
There's a lot of
Top
teams
eight.
that okay, yeah, that's tough. It would suck to not see him at champs.
Hmm.
But I think if they place well at these next few majors, they could probably do it the way that you had some top seeded teams place low, so you gotta
Yeah.
imagine there's kind of room for them to make it through. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But I really have no clue who's gonna win this event. I really don't.
I mean, FaZe is the favorite, but like it's
Right,
COD. Any day someone can just hit the switch.
true. Especially on this game. This game
Yeah.
feels like you have to throw everything you know out the window because you just never know what's gonna happen. You don't know what they're feeling. It's weird. COD has always been very momentum based. Like
Hmm.
that's just how it's always been. But this game specifically feels very momentum based. I don't know what that
Yeah.
is. I don't know if that's because of the fast pace gameplay, and if you just find a groove, you'll end up doing well. Um, but yeah, it's been an interesting event. We'll just have to see. I don't. Optic could make a run. I don't know. I don't think they're good enough to do that. But
We'll see.
you just don't know. All those players have potential to do well enough to get them at least into the finals. So just have to see. But yeah, that's been going on. What else have we been doing lately? Just a bunch of COD grinding, I guess, right? Just a bunch
Yeah.
of ranked.
Working our way up the ranks.
Yeah, I haven't moved Elo at all, but
Hey man,
it
you
is
know,
what it is. It is what it
made it to
is.
diamond since the last podcast.
True, true. Yeah, I had to grind like 7 hours just by myself. Just try to get a good KD, get some extra
Some
Elo.
of those hours on the stream.
Yeah, yeah, I did stream. I think I streamed like 4 hours of just
Yeah.
grinding COD. It was fun. I haven't streamed in a while. I feel like every time I want to start streaming again, something happens and I can't stream. Like I get super sick or something comes. I gotta go somewhere for the weekend. I
Yeah.
feel like every time I'm like, oh, you know what? I feel like streaming again. I get fucked over. I
Nope.
don't know. I don't know what that is. If that's a sign, but yeah, I did stream. It was fun to stream. Uh, it is. I don't know what this is about streaming, and I don't know if other people feel this. I feel really exhausted after streaming, and I don't know if that's just because you're putting in more effort to be entertaining, or if it's always in your mind that you're on stream. But
Hmm.
like 3 hours of just playing by myself versus 3 hours of streaming is an incredible difference in like I don't know what to say. Like I'm
Energy.
just fine. Yeah, I'm exhausted by the end of a stream versus if I just play for a couple hours, I'm fine. So I don't know. I think I've struggled with that in the past
Hmm.
because I'll stream too much and then I get burnt out and then I don't want to stream anymore and then I basically wasted all that time of like building. I've built like 7 audiences over the years and just let
Yeah.
them all fall apart. So I don't know, but yeah, I did stream a bit of the rank grind. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm really out of it. If no one can tell, I'm sorry. I'm real out of it today.
We did watch a lot of good stuff this past week.
We did. It's been a busy entertainment week for us.
I don't know where to start. I guess we'll start with The Last of Us and then jump into Attack on Titan after.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, one of the best missions from the game.
Hmm.
We got to see in episode 8.
Yep.
Um, I think most people liked it. I think it's tied for or just past like the highest rated episode on IMDb.
Mm.
Which as weird as I was watching it, I thought it wasn't one of my favorites, but like
Yeah.
it was still good. Um, it's just I don't know, something felt missing from the game, even though it was like almost the same and I did like some of the changes that they did after like going back and looking at it.
Hmm.
Um, but I know, I mean, I thought it was a good episode. They found the perfect like creepy guy to play
Yeah,
David,
it did.
and
Yep.
like some of his lines, man, like that they were delivering was like I was like,
It was
man,
pretty
like this
disturbing.
this
Yeah,
guy's fucking weird, bro.
a little wild.
We got Troy Baker, not as
Yeah,
Joel, James, but
you're
I
right.
thought he did a good job for a voice
Hmm.
actor. I don't know if he's ever acted before. I'm sure
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he's
somewhere,
had a few
but he did
parts,
pretty
maybe,
good.
but
Um, hate to see him go, but glad he got some
yeah,
screen time.
yeah, he got taken out pretty early.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a good episode. I agree. When I think about halfway through that episode, I started to feel like I maybe didn't like the episode, and I don't know what that was. I don't know if I just didn't like the initial pacing or what really went down there, but I agree that I feel like maybe they rushed through it a bit. Personally, I feel like maybe. I mean, it's tough. I know it's a show. There's a time limit. You got to get through story. You don't have a lot of episodes left, but I feel like you rushed through one of the greatest parts of the game. Not that they did it badly. I just feel like it just was so fast paced. You know, like we
Yeah.
went through that whole diner fight scene thing in like it felt like a minute. It was so
hmm
quick
And
of
maybe
a
it's
scene.
just like it's hard to bring like a boss fight like that into like
Yeah,
TV because like it was definitely one of the most memorable like fights I have from the game.
yeah, for
But I
sure.
imagine it's probably harder to, because I
To
think you're like going to
transfer that.
stab him and then like you go hide again in the game or something. You have to like hit him a couple
Yeah,
times or something.
do you like lower his health over time? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's tough. I guess it's tough to transfer those. Yeah, like you're right. Like just tough to transfer those kind of fights over and into an entertainment format. But that's really my only gripe. I thought the acting was good. I thought I did actually feel like the guy who played, I forget his name already, but uh
David or like the actual
maybe
actor.
the creepy guy, just the
Yeah,
creepy
yeah.
guy. I feel like the line delivery wasn't the best. I felt like it wasn't a very convincing last couple scenes we had there, and I don't know why I felt that way. It just
Hmm.
wasn't like, it's gonna sound real
Yeah.
shitty because I'm not an actor. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it felt like it lacked. This is gonna sound so dumb. It lacked like passion. Does that make sense? Like it
Hmm.
lacked a level of energy that I guess I was looking for that character at the end. Um, but it's not a big enough gripe for me to not like the episode. I think it was a good episode still. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You got like, I mean, we're like blown away each episode by Pedro and Bella and their acting
yeah,
and stuff. And at first, yeah, like after the episode, I was like, I mean, he did like a good job for like what he was given. And then I started watching reactions to the episode and rewatched the episode once myself. And I was like, man, this guy like he grew on me definitely. Like I started to think about it
mm,
because you said you didn't like him, and I was like, actually, I
yeah.
think I think he did a good job. So
Maybe I need to watch it
I
again.
actually didn't mind him, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, just hearing his creepy lines over and over again, I was like, oh yeah,
he did
like
have some
he's
good.
not
I mean, the
doing too
writing was really
much,
good.
but he's doing enough, like just little movements and stuff. That I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, little details.
he's doing well for me, so I didn't mind too much.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was a great episode. I liked the ending a lot, where it was really emotional and like Ellie kind of became vulnerable for the first time on
Yeah,
camera. Um,
yeah,
it was a good moment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of sad that it's ending so soon. I feel
I
like
know.
my Sundays are gonna be real empty without it.
Yeah,
But we'll see how they end it. We'll see how they set it up for a season two. Most of
yep.
these shows end up having some kind of setup at the end of the season. So we'll just have to see
That post credits
how
and
they
yeah,
tackle it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna deal with the aging. I don't know what they're gonna do story wise. Uh, yeah, we'll just have to see. But so far, it hasn't missed. So
yeah,
I'm excited for this hospital fight because that was very difficult in the game. We'll
yeah.
see how they transfer it into a TV show format. So I don't know. But shout out to like Pedro. I mean, we've seen Pedro Pascal before, and I've seen him maybe a little more than you, just because
Mhm.
I watched Narcos, and he was in something else that I watched as well. Um, and I think he showed a good range in like Game of Thrones, But this show really like I think cemented his acting prowess, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like he really cemented himself as one of I feel like maybe one of the best actors out there at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Um, just he's just a great actor, and I think this show really kind of flexed that.
Hmm.
So shout out to Pedro Pascal and also the Ellie, the Bella Ramsey. She's a great actress. I mean, I haven't really seen her since Game of Thrones,
Hmm.
but they really both blow me away every episode with their range and their delivery and just their acting. So
Yeah.
shout out
We
to them.
heard that one of our friends, I think his wife was like almost cried at the end when they had that
Yeah,
scene.
yeah,
And I was like, oh man, that didn't really hit me. And then I watched all these reactions, bro, and I almost
and
got
they
a
were
tear out when they
really,
did that baby girl
yeah,
line. I was like, oh shit, yo.
yeah, yeah. It's a
Just it
tough
kept
one.
on hitting every time.
Yeah, maybe I need to
Um,
rewatch that episode. I also didn't feel like a crazy emotional connection to that scene. Not one that would make me emotional.
mhm.
Um, but I thought it was great still. It didn't. It was still great. But
Speaking of Pedro's acting skills,
hmm
that game ad that got released this morning
dude, I was
looked
so
so
heated,
good.
bro. I thought it
And
was
then the
like this
game's
cool.
terrible.
Dude, I was so pissed. So for context, I was on Instagram today. I saw like Pedro Pascal posted. It looked like a trailer. And I
Hmm.
was like, whoa, like, and I watched it and it looked like a murder mystery show. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. This is awesome. Get all the way to the last like 5 seconds of it. It's a fucking mobile game, dude. I'm, I was pissed, dude. I was heated. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? It looked like the best shit ever. I was like, this TV show's about to be great. Oh my
Hmm.
god. And then it was a mobile game. I was like, oh my, what are we
It's
doing here?
disappointing. Twitter was also pretty upset, but hey, now people are asking for him to be in like a murder mystery detective
Dude,
type thing. So
I would love like a noir,
yeah.
old school murder mystery movie with him. I think it would
Hmm.
be fucking great. But yeah, that was tough. That definitely pissed me off a little bit. Why the fuck are mobile games spending that much money on ad? Come on now.
That's
Let's.
yeah.
What are we doing here? God, yeah, that annoyed me. But
Oh, I
yeah,
mean, their
maybe he'll
downloads
be.
must have gone up crazy today, but
You think so?
I
I
think it
don't
probably
know.
worked. I think
I'm not
people at
gonna
least
find the
downloaded
game.
it, tried it, and then like were like, "This is a terrible game." And then
Just counts as a download at
yeah,
least. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, as long as it
you got the
gets
biggest
some
guy in
clicks.
Hollywood right now advertising your game.
Yeah. Man, I wonder how much he got paid for that. It had to have been crazy. It
I
had to have been
know.
crazy. You gotta imagine. For you to do it, it's gotta be
Hmm.
crazy. But yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll be in Clue or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
I know they have one coming up, the new Clue movie.
Yeah. Um, some more interesting actor news we can get into later, but first,
Hmm.
Attack on Titan
Yeah, season Attack on Titan season
season three,
3,
4. Oh
season
fuck.
4
Part three,
final.
part one.
Well, it's the final season, part 3, part 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we watched God
Special
AOT's
episode.
final season, part 3, part 1. My God. We watched that. I mean, it might be one of the best episodes of anime, or I don't know if you call it an episode or a short film. It was kind of too long to be an episode, but too
I
short to
call
be a
it
movie.
cinema.
It was it was pretty incredible. Um,
Yeah.
it was yeah. I mean, that's all. It was great. Animation, song choice. I mean, it was just
Hmm.
incredible. It sucks that we have to wait so long for the second part. That's probably the only downside.
Yep.
And I was kind of worried because when they announced that they were doing another part to the last season, I was like, "There's not enough material here for." I mean, from what I knew of, I thought they were doing a whole other season, like
Yep.
with episodes and everything. So I was a little worried because I was like, "Well, you don't have enough material. You've got like, I don't know. There's only like 20 more pages left, right, or some shit like. I mean, it's
Mhm.
real. There's nothing left."
Yeah.
But yeah, we pretty much just got one long episode, and we'll get another long episode in a few months. And
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you think about it? I mean, I thought it was like perfect.
I loved it, man. Like the the music choice, like the first like 2 seconds, I'm like, this is a weird song. And then like the next like minute that it's playing, I'm like, yo, this is the perfect song for this scene. And then
Yeah.
the animation, they like, man, they went off with the Hanji scenes.
Yeah, they did.
Um, Man, and then the music at the end when they get to Aaron. And that the start of the episode, man, that was dark. I mean, that's some
Oh, yeah.
dark anime
Yeah, that was pretty
shit right
dark.
there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm glad they did it because, like, this is a terrible thing that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they showed more than I thought they were going to show. Um, yeah, man,
Yeah, it was pretty dark with that kid.
when we getting
And just
squished,
even
the
people.
guy ending
Yeah.
himself,
Yeah.
prisoners,
Yeah,
the yeah.
it was tough. It was tough. But yeah, I like that they got that dark. I mean,
Hmm.
I think it's pretty fitting for what the anime is trying to portray.
Yep.
Even though it is pretty dark. But I mean, AOT's always been kind of dark. It's always been a
Hmm.
pretty rough one, you know? So I'm glad they kind of didn't hold back and portrayed what was happening as how bad it is.
Hmm.
Not that, I mean, there's still gonna be people who are on like Aaron's side,
Yeah, yeah.
regardless, but it definitely showed a bit of kind of what's happening and how really terrible it is, how evil of a thing it is to do.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, 10 out of 10. Hopefully, this next part is solid too.
So,
We'll just have
like,
to
I
see.
know how it ends, right? In what happens without saying anything. But,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like, what the aftermath of that is. Um,
Um.
like, my question
hmm.
is it like a Lelouch type of thing where he's becoming the bad guy of the world that way when, like, when certain people, kill him, then they're seen as good guys. Like, if his friends kill him, is he making the world now see them as good guys? And that's the end to the conflict.
Um. Without giving a
Because
full answer.
I don't know the full aftermath. I just know, like, some stuff that happens there in that last episode.
Um.
It was just something I
mm,
was thinking about the other day.
it's a.
Oh, well.
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah. I
Um.
just remembered something I saw. But
Yeah. It's a lot more. I guess petty. It's pettier than that.
yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid. That's another ending they could go for. I still don't know for sure if they're sticking to the
Hmm.
exact ending. I know there were talks about changing it, but I have heard nothing about it since,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Um, but no, it's a little more, yeah, just like pettier. It's just pettier than that.
Yeah.
But I like it still. I know some people were not a fan of it. Um, but I'm really excited to see the last few frames
Yeah.
because at the beginning of this episode there were
Yep.
some
There
interesting
was the
things.
thing, and I was
So
like, oh man, I wonder if
yeah,
our friend who doesn't know saw that.
yeah, he definitely saw it but doesn't
But
understand it yet.
yeah.
So I was excited about that
Hmm.
because I mean I was like, oh shit, that's the moment.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll just see. I don't know if they'll change it, but nah, it's a little more sinister and kind of not lackluster, but
Yeah.
more personal than that. I guess would be the right way to say it.
I think you're gonna get hit in the feels when that last episode starts to end.
I don't know. Maybe
I feel like
it's
if
been a long
they
journey.
they hit us with some flashbacks, like maybe like some
Mm,
good music with some flashbacks. Like I don't know. Again, I
yeah,
don't think they have like. I guess it depends on how long they play out like the fight scenes and stuff. But if they're doing
I'd
another
imagine it'd
full
be at
hour
least a
episode,
quarter
so
of the
like
episode.
I'm sure there's gonna be some flashbacks in there. Or not
Uh,
flashbacks, but just like
there could be.
you
Yeah, there's a certain moment that definitely
yeah.
could fit some flashbacks in with some
But
narration.
I don't know, man. It's the end of an era. Like
Yeah, I mean,
you can try and hate it. Maybe you don't like it, but I mean, it's up
you
there,
can't
man.
knock it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's gonna be weird when it's over because I mean AOT's been a staple for anime and even as anime got more popular, even just entertainment in general. I know a lot of people who didn't watch anime started watching anime because of AOT. So
Yep.
it's gonna be weird, but they'll make way for something else, and something else will take its place, and that's just kind of how it is, right? I mean,
Yep.
we just have to wait for the next thing, whatever that is. But I'm real. I'm happy that I got to experience it, and yeah, we'll just have to see how it ends. I mean, how long? When did the first season come out? It's got to be.
20. I was gonna say 2013, but that's not right.
I in my head I said 2013 as well, but I
Okay,
don't think
and
it
maybe
was
that's
that
right.
early. I mean, if that's true, it's been 10 years. I mean, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
2013,
2013. So it's
April
been 10
2013.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy I got to experience it, and yeah, gonna be sad when it ends. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get emotional or if I'll just kind of be sad that it's over. We'll just have to see how they manage it.
Yep.
We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I do kind of hope that they don't change the ending. I actually really
Hmm.
like the ending. I think a lot of people are not going to like the ending. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. Um, but it is what it is. It's one of those things. Like, it's been going so long. It's kind of like the Game of Thrones thing. It's like there's not an ending you can choose here that everyone's gonna like. It's just not
Yeah.
possible. You're gonna have a group of people that hate it and a group of people that love it, and we'll just see. I don't
Hmm.
think it'll get the Game of Thrones treatment of
No,
like
no.
worst ending in television history. I don't think it'll go down like that, but I think there'll definitely be a big group of people who are not happy. Um,
Yeah.
but we'll see. I don't know. I think a lot of people also read the manga because it took so long.
Yep.
So maybe it'll be less than we think. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But end of an era. It's been a great ride. It's been a great anime, and we'll just have to see how they close it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't go a cash grab route and start making other shit off of it.
Yeah.
Because
There
from a
is
business
the
standpoint, it's tough
spin-off
to imagine.
book
No,
series,
no, man.
but yeah, they can just leave that. I think it's a spin-off book. I mean, I've seen it around the
Mm,
bookstore. I never
really?
picked it up. I think is it before?
Like a prequel?
Yeah, like just the
Yeah.
Scout Regiment or like the place, like I don't know, maybe 200, 400 years before like present time.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to imagine from a business standpoint that they'll let that one die off,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But I hope that they just close it out and say, all right, we're done. This is over. Because I think
I
it's one of the
mean,
worst things when they just keep making other shows off of it. And it's like, oh, god
they're
damn
gonna
it.
release the second part, or they're gonna release it like as a movie, like a 2 hour movie, and put it in
Yeah,
theaters.
put it in theaters. That would
Which I mean,
be cool
I
to
would see
see.
it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Um, but yeah, it's gonna be weird. But something else will come along, and we'll be. I don't know if anything will be able to compare to the way that they wrap this story up. Like,
Yeah.
it's so. I don't know. I've never watched anything, and I'm sure someone's gonna be like, "Oh, this TV show did this too." I personally, in my lifetime, have never seen a show like connect everything in such a way that AOT has done. I mean, when he's in that, I forget what it's called, not the dream sequence, but he's going back through the
Yeah. Yeah.
memories and stuff, and you
Yeah.
realize that he's
Oh.
been manipulating the entire thing the whole time. I've
Yeah.
never seen a show do that in the same way.
Hmm.
I mean, that was, and keep it hidden for that long and make sure you have no fucking clue what's going on. I mean,
Hmm.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's really good storytelling. It's like, it's got to be one of the best stories that we've ever had. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just see how they close it out. Hopefully they don't fuck it up, but so far they haven't. So just have to see.
Well. Well. Well.
Hmm.
Segue time from
Okay.
the end of an era to a resurgence of one, I guess. There's some casting news for Daredevil Born Again. I don't know if you've seen
Okay.
the new
I
Daredevil
have not
series.
seen it.
So what's their names in the show? Foggy Nelson and Karen Page, the actors, are not going to be returning for their roles. It's unknown if they're going to be recast or just not in the show.
Mm.
Major blow, because they were great.
Yeah, they're a big
The
part of that show.
Punisher is going to be in that show, which makes losing Karen's actress even worse, I would say. But he's, yeah, set to come back as the Punisher. That's
Okay,
exciting. I mean,
good,
love me some
good.
John Bernthal, love me the Punisher.
Of course, yeah.
And then this one today, they are recasting Vanessa Fisk as well. There's a new actress playing her. Not as, I
Mm.
mean, like it's tough,
Not as
but
terrible, but
not
it sucks
as
still.
tough as the main two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I searched up the actress. You wouldn't really know her in anything too much. I don't know her in much either.
Okay.
But yeah, new, some same, some new, some unknown. It's
Ah,
tough.
yeah, I'm a little worried to be honest. Not only with that news that worries me a lot, but also uh, I'm worried it's gonna get Disneyfied, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That we're gonna have a shitty PG Punisher and shitty PG Daredevil, and it's not really gonna be as interesting.
Yeah.
I'm definitely concerned. It sucks. I like the Netflix era of the Punisher and
hmm
of Daredevil. It's gonna suck to see it maybe kind of go down the pipe a little bit, but we'll have to see how that goes. I'm definitely keeping my hopes real low for that one. Not getting
Yeah.
too excited.
Um, saw a tweet. It was like, oh, people worry that the MCU is gonna ruin the Punisher, and they were
Mm.
showing like a clip of like Winter Soldier, like beating up some old guys. Like, hey, I mean, like, it's
Yeah,
just not
but
the same. That's the only time they've even done
no,
something like that, and like, if it was actually like the Punisher show or like by the same people, it would be, yeah,
I
just different. It
no,
won't
it's
be the
just not
same.
the same.
I
No, it's
believe
not.
I read it's gonna be an 18 episode season,
It's kind of
which is
long.
bigger than the others, which could
Yeah.
be completely false, but I heard that earlier today, and they were thinking that it was going to be kind of like how they're doing their 6 episode seasons, like kind of three different arcs, 6 episodes each, like the
Okay.
rest of the shows.
Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully it's good. Again, I didn't see She-Hulk Daredevil, but I'm hoping for some more Netflix Daredevil type of feel, which is going to be tough to recreate without Foggy and Karen. But
Yeah, I mean big those are some big pillars of that show. It's tough, that sucks. I mean, keeping my hopes low. That's what I'll say about Daredevil. I'm keeping the hopes. I'm keeping the bar real fucking low on that one. And if they surprise me, they surprise me. If they don't, I'm not gonna be disappointed.
yep,
But that's a shame. It's a shame.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Keeping it in the entertainment industry. Um,
Hmm.
okay, this is the real account. Good. um, I got baited by a fake account earlier today, so I had to make sure.
Yeah.
Um, Bob Odenkirk confirms that he is starring in a remake of The Room for a charity called the Foundation for AIDS Research. Uh, yep,
The Room, like
The Room,
The Room.
the greatest movie ever made, The Room.
There's no
There was a
fucking
picture
way.
of him on like a rooftop with like a terrible background and stuff behind him somewhere, and I was like, "Yo, they're really doing it." It was not on
Okay.
my 2023
Um.
bingo card, but
Yeah. No. That'll be fun. I hope that they're gonna do it. You know, knowing it's a. I'm sure that's the
yeah,
point. Is that it's
they
gonna be funny. I mean, Bob
they
Odenkirk's a
drew and
comedian.
green screened themselves onto the roof instead of going to a roof.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be funny. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Bob Odenkirk. I don't think a lot of people know him outside of Better Call Saul. He
hmm
started in like sketch comedy. I think he wrote for SNL as well for a short time. Him and David Cross had a sketch comedy show back in the day. Uh, so I think he'll be able to pull it off. I know a lot of people just only know him from a dramatic setting, but he actually started in comedy. So if anyone's gonna pull it off, it'll probably be him. But that'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I wonder who else is
Yep.
gonna pop in for
I
that.
don't know. If
Um,
anyone hasn't seen the movie,
oh, you
it's a
gotta
great
watch it.
time.
This is the best movie ever. I
You
mean,
will not regret it at
no,
all.
no.
No
It's like
one has.
Velocipaster. It's just
Yeah.
They're perfect. They're so terrible that they're
Cinema.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
Um,
room's great.
yeah. We'll just keep going with
Wow.
movies and TVs. Have you heard about Nick Cannon's new game show?
No, do tell.
This, I don't think you're ready for what I'm about to say to you.
Okay.
His new game show, hosted by Kevin Hart, is titled Who's Having My Baby? Where Cannon will pick from a slate of female contestants who all want to have his next baby. I checked so many times to see if
Are
this
you
was real.
serious?
It's 100% real. What is going on in the world, in society?
Yo. Oh, wow. So he's getting a group of women who want to have his child,
Yeah, on
and
a
then
game
he's
show,
going
and
to
he's gonna
pick the
pick
winner.
one of them. Yeah, to have his 15th, 14th, whatever it's at now.
Why? And why? How did they get Kevin Hart to do it too?
And who? Yeah.
Who wants to have his 17th kid?
So
Wow. That's
that's
crazy.
something. Yeah.
What the fuck is. Uh,
I
wow. How's that even allowed? Why is
I
that?
don't know.
Is that okay to do? I guess it is if it's consensual,
It's
but
very
like,
consenting. Yeah. I don't know.
why? Why? How many seasons can you do with that, you know? That seems like a one and done type of thing. But
Yeah.
then again, he has like
Man,
20
he is.
kids, so I guess
Yeah. He's,
fuck it.
damn.
How rich is Nick Cannon? There's no way
Not
that
rich
he's able
enough for
to
this many
afford.
kids. Like,
Right?
he's got to be doing something on the side that we don't know.
I mean,
I guess that's why he's hosting all these other game shows.
I guess, yeah. I
They're-
just, it's
Yeah.
hard for me to believe he's able to afford all of these children.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't, and
Maybe
that's
it's
the
like
dark
in a
part of it,
clause that
but
like he doesn't have to
he
help
doesn't have to
support
pay
this
for the
kid.
child. Yeah, that's wild. It'll probably do really well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so crazy that I think people will want to watch it because of how insane that is. You know, it's kind of like
Mhm.
Naked and Afraid. It's like
Yeah.
the idea of it's insane, but because it's so insane, people are gonna watch it. Wow,
Yeah.
States is in a spot, huh?
Yeah. I forgot I had that saved. I was like, oh my goodness. That is still
Oh
a
my
thing.
god, he's leaning into it. He's leaning into it heavy.
He's just
Wow.
accepted it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. That's yeah, I have no clue. That's wild.
Our last thing from the movie and TV is I'm going to ask you a question that I have the answer to and just see what your thought is.
Okay.
Who do you think is the actor or actress that has made the most money from a single franchise in movie history?
From a single franchise,
Yep.
it's either Robert Downey or Keanu. Because I know Keanu had a good deal with The Matrix,
Mhm.
and he probably has a really good deal with John Wick. So I don't know which one he would have earned more from, but I'd also imagine Robert Downey Jr. has a pretty big stake in some of those Marvel earnings. So
Yeah.
it's one of those two, but maybe Robert Downey? Maybe? That would be my guess.
You did way better than I thought. It was Keanu Reeves for The Matrix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? He's the
Um,
highest, so he's earned the most
he
out of any
came
actor.
ahead of Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible and Robert Downey from Avengers.
Okay. Yeah.
With making 156 million from the
Oh
Matrix
my
franchise,
God.
with
How?
70% that has gone to charity, I think. But
Wow. Man.
yeah,
150? Whew.
good guy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Good
That's
for
a lot of money
Keanu, man.
for 4
That's
movies.
fucking shitload. I mean, I know that he got a good percentage on
Oh yeah,
the like the royalties or some shit. So
Mhm.
he's probably still making millions and millions, probably monthly at this point.
Yep.
But 150, that's crazy. And on top of his other, I mean, he's a part of another. I mean, he's a part of a lot of franchises.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of John Wick, Matrix. I know they're doing Constantine again.
Yep.
There's just a lot of shit going on there. So good for him though. 150, man.
So that's a lot of cash.
That's crazy. And he donated a lot of it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Yeah,
No one needs
70%
that
of it.
much. No one needs that much cash, man.
People are
What
like,
do you
oh,
do
he's
with
just
that
doing it
much?
for like tax. Like, okay,
Yeah,
you
but
donated 70% of
that's more than
156 million
yeah.
to cancer research. Like,
You don't need to donate that much to get a tax break. It's just a little bit.
yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that's all I had for entertainment news. The rest is just like stuff going on in the world.
Yeah,
Um, start
I'm
with
kind of out of the loop. So
this boring one. There's an asteroid that has a 1 in 400 chance of colliding with Earth on Valentine's Day in 2046. Guessing that's pretty good odds, but we'll have something ready by then.
a what? One in what?
1 in 400 chance colliding
Okay,
with
I
Earth.
thought you said 1 in 4, and I was like,
That
oh
would be
shit.
rough. We would be in trouble.
Oh, 1 in 400 is still pretty
It feels
rough
like it's
odds,
like
though.
not good odds, but like if it's getting posted, it must be pretty good odds compared to like anything
Compared to
normally.
other ones,
Yeah.
I would imagine so. Hopefully by then we have better. I know that there is a defense system in place. Like
Hmm.
that's kind of how the Space Force started. Was to defend against catastrophic asteroids.
Yep.
So hopefully there's something in place for that. But if not, then we're fucked.
Hmm.
Pretty fucked here.
You saw the U.S. House panel approved the bill to allow Biden to ban TikTok in the states.
I did not. I know there were talks about it, but I didn't know it was
He,
officially.
yeah, he hasn't. Nothing's been done, but the power to do it has been done. TikTok were like, oh, like shutting down free speech. Something I don't know what they posted
Mm,
exactly.
yeah.
There's now the new guidelines that if you're under 18, there's a 60-minute limit on TikTok
Oh,
screen time.
really? That's weird.
Wait, I think you can go to
Okay.
the settings and change it, but like that's what they're setting it to automatically.
Hmm.
Um,
That's not really the concern, though, is it? It's not really about
no,
watch
no,
time.
I think
it's more
that's just a
about.
different thing that ended up also
Yeah.
happening.
Okay.
But yeah, so who knows? TikTok may
Wow, might go away, huh? Um, I mean, I feel like it's tough when it's tough. All these other companies, Instagram, probably even the platforms we're speaking on, I'm not going to name them because I don't want to deal with any issues. They all collect your data at an
Yep.
incredible. I mean, they know everything, and that's in the terms of service. We've accepted that. The difference between an app that is like, let's say, Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, they're not owned by a government entity. There's not a government being involved that heavily into the data research, I don't think. Then again, I don't know what data they share with the US government, with other governments. The problem with TikTok is that the way that China is, most governments are pretty much involved, or not, most companies are pretty much heavily involved with the government. They work for the state. That's just kind of the deal. That's the concern there. I don't
Yeah.
think, it's tough that, I don't know. To be fair, if I was a government that, was like China and really based all of their progression off of data, research, stealing data, owning a lot of data, selling the data, it's the perfect in to Western countries. Let's create this app that people can't even avoid to download because it's so popular. And let's just spy on a shitload of people. Let's just get their data. It's not any different than what any other company's doing. It's just that maybe a government has access to it, and that's the concern,
Mhm.
which I get. But it's tough. I wonder how that's going to. I wonder what's going to take its place in terms of user base. I mean, if it does get banned in the States, does that mean that European countries ban it? Does that mean that, other countries? I mean, like, if the States is the first one to ban it, because I think India has TikTok banned as well, from what I know
I
of,
believe so.
I
Yeah.
believe. So, where my question is, where does all that traffic go then? Does a
Yeah.
US company decide to create their own version of it? Does it just go straight to YouTube or Instagram? Like, that's my big question there. But it'd be weird without TikTok. I mean, to be fair, I don't really use it much, but I know that, I mean, it's basically a must-have for content creation, and
Yeah.
it has a lot of industries tied to it, like the music industry, film industry. A lot of industries are using TikTok as promotion. So, what happens when it just kind of goes away? I'm very interested to see what happens, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Are you concerned with the Chinese government having your data? I don't know.
I
Maybe I'm
mean, they probably already have it from something
from
else.
something else. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I don't know.
signed over my data and everything else, so what's it gonna hurt, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that I don't know, we already know that excuse me, other apps use the microphone and the camera. Like
Yep.
we've known for a while Facebook got in trouble for that, having the microphone on and using keywords to give you ads. So does Alexa, things like that. So is it really that different? I guess it's just the only difference is a government is involved and that poses a national security risk, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, I just don't know what would the target be there. Like what would the use be that would be so terrible that's not anything worse than what Google does or what, I mean, all of these companies
Yeah.
are basically based off of selling data. Uh, you know, Amazon buys data from Google to know what people buy what and when they look at what. So I guess my question is like, what would the target be for the Chinese government aside from selling data? Would it be more specific targets like identity theft, hacking
Yeah.
into phones, things like that? I don't know. I guess I'm not. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just an idiot. But I would
Yeah.
imagine. I'm just curious what those threats would be aside from just data research.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Yeah. I also. How many other governments are involved with it? I mean, like, come on. TikTok can't be the only one that has involvement with a government. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just I don't know. It's tough, but yeah. I wonder. I guess I'm curious if the U.S. bans it. What other countries ban it? Where does that traffic go? Will they? Will some company try to take advantage of that? Make their own version? Like what? What will happen there?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm curious because I know there was a deal with that back in the Trump era
Hmm.
of trying to ban TikTok, but then they did something weird, like they just set up an office in the States and were like, we're running the States app in the States, guys.
Yep.
Um, so I wonder what changed, and I wonder what's gonna change. I guess. Um, but I guess Chinese spy shit is kind of in the loop right now with a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff going on. I don't know if there's been any news on the UFO shit. I haven't heard
Not that
anything
I've heard.
personally, but which is either a good thing or a bad thing. You would think if it was something serious, they probably wouldn't tell us. So, I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It'd be a weird world without TikTok, but I'm fine with it. It doesn't affect me
Yeah.
much.
If it's gonna go, make sure you guys follow us. We'd like
Yeah.
to hit 2 followers before TikTok.
Too
gets
fun.
banned.
I wonder what that is. I wonder why the TikTok is just not like growing at all. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow the TikTok.
All right. Things are getting real random now. Japan's birth rate has fallen to a record low in 2022, down 5.1% from last year.
Mm,
Seventh consecutive year in a decline.
mm.
The politicians are blaming the citizens' lack of romantic ability. Um,
Damn, they're roasting everybody like that? Yeah, that's fucked
so
up.
yeah, they're
Just
trying to
calling
increase
everyone
the
a
labor
nerd?
force. They're trying to encourage more women to work. Uh,
Really?
yeah, they attribute the low fertility rates to demanding work cultures, rising costs of
Mm,
living, changing
mm,
attitudes towards marriage and gender equality, and rising disillusionment among younger generations. So, if anyone knows what that means, no.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say the number one thing for me that I thought of first was like, don't you think your work culture is fucking you over there? Like,
Yeah.
the Japanese work culture is
Yes.
insane. I
Yeah.
mean, you really have no free time. You don't get paid that much. You work all
Stressed
day,
all the
all the
time.
time. Yeah,
Stress
I
isn't good
mean,
for that.
no. So
So,
maybe cut down on your workforce, or at
hmm
least give them a fucking break once in a while. It is tough because it's really embedded in their culture. It's not
yeah.
even a government thing. It's just the way that they are.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I don't think it's that no one that people are lacking social skills. I think they don't have time, and they don't get paid enough. And I mean, shit, even in the States, you have that issue where people are like, well, I'm just gonna not have kids because it's fucking expensive, and I work a lot, and my wife works a lot. So you have to imagine in a country like Japan where everyone's working probably 2 to 3 times more than people in Western countries are. It's probably not a great idea, or at least for
hmm
them it isn't. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Our generation's also different though. I feel like our generation is not really interested in having children.
Not a lot, no.
You
I
don't meet a
mean,
lot of people who are excited to have kids. It just doesn't really exist
they're
anymore.
the rarity now compared to
Yeah.
like 30 years ago. Would have been the
Mm.
opposite. What can I say? Or
I
at
mean,
least
myself
not right
included.
away. At least I think most people
Yeah,
aren't trying to hit that early wave like the past generations have.
yeah. I mean, even
But then, yeah, like
yeah,
living is the cost of living and everything makes it.
it's gotten so much more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even like my parents' generation, my parents had me very young, but even in the early thousands, it wasn't uncommon to
hmm
get married and have kids in your early 20s. That was
Yeah.
still normal, and even before that, I was normal to have kids at like 16.
hmm
So I don't know. Myself, I'm a part of the problem. I really don't want to have kids anytime soon. I'm not ready for that.
hmm
To be honest, it's insane to me that I'm the age that my father was when he had me. That I can't believe that. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I'm a part of the problem. But I just, yeah, everything costs so much, and
If it's a problem.
I guess it's how you look at it. I mean, from a population standpoint, it's an issue, but
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't know. If you're not ready to have a kid, it's better to not have the kid than
hmm
to have the kid. You know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, times are changing, man. I don't think I've ever met a woman my age, at least, who's excited to have kids. Maybe one,
Yeah.
and even then, it's very like, oh, I'm excited to have kids when I'm 45. It's not really like
hmm
I want to have a career first and all these things,
Yeah.
which is good. I mean, it's great, but yeah, no one's really interested in becoming parents anymore. So, but, yeah.
Next on the list, the FDA rejected Elon Musk's bid to test brain chip implants in humans.
Mm,
Um,
that sucks.
they said that there were dozens of issues with the device, including concerns it could overheat or move into the brain.
Move into the brain, like lodge further in or some shit.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a brain chip, but it looks like it goes right behind the ear and then like connects
Uh,
further up in there. But
I'm
um,
gonna see. I'm gonna sneeze.
it's just I mean, I knew he was doing something like that, but I don't know. It's weird that we're at a point in time where we're even talking about having chips put into our brains.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I
I wouldn't trust it, but what do I know? Not much.
yeah, we have to mute my mic in post. It's gonna be annoying. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm very sick. I don't know. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a tester.
No, no.
I wouldn't want to test it out. Um, yeah, sorry about that. A lot of sneezes. I wouldn't want to test it. That's for sure. I'm not comfortable with that. But man, everything's just going wrong. Went haywire. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to test that. but it's a cool idea. It's a fun
Yeah.
idea. I know that there's medical things involved with that, like stroke prevention,
Hmm.
some Alzheimer, something to do with Alzheimer's as well, and dementia. So it's unfortunate that they won't be able to test it, but then again, maybe make it a little safer before you start testing it.
Yeah.
Might be a good idea. But yeah, we're in a weird time for sure, where that's even a thought process. Like, oh, let's put a computer chip in our brain.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like some like hippie in the '70s. Like, yeah, man, 2023, bro. They're gonna put chips in your brain, man. Like it's what it sounds like, but it's just our reality right now.
Yeah. Um,
So
Speaking of weird things that maybe should or shouldn't be done,
okay,
um, scientists are reincarnating the woolly mammoth, set to return in
I
4 years.
heard about that.
Yep.
Yeah, they wanna put it in the Arctic, right? Because it'll help
Yep.
with
Return it
carbon,
to its
its
natural
original state.
climate. Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, it's cool.
yeah, I remember
Um,
hearing about it like a year or two
a
ago
long
when like
time
people were
ago.
talking about them working on it.
Yeah. Let's keep it at woolly mammoths.
Hmm.
Let's just leave it at woolly mammoths. Let's not go. That's what I'm worried about the most. Is like they're not gonna stop at woolly mammoths. They're gonna do something else, and they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this prehistoric animal's not working well with the animals that aren't prehistoric. Oops!" And then we're just
Yeah.
fucked.
I'm gonna spitfire into this next one because scientists are doing more questionable things.
Okay.
They have revived a zombie virus frozen in permafrost for over 48,000 years. Um, the warmer temperatures in the Arctic are thawing the region's permafrost, uh, and are stirring up viruses that could endanger animal and human health. Um,
So they want to try to find a cure for it before it becomes a problem. I'm guessing that would be
I
the reason.
believe so, yeah.
Ah,
But
bad idea. But ah
yeah,
ah hmm. What are we doing?
woolly
You
mammoths
know
and
what are
zombies,
we doing?
you know?
A zombie virus. What does that mean
I
exactly,
don't
bro?
know. I,
You
they
know,
didn't give a lot of detail.
a lot of
It
context.
could be clickbait. Well, I mean, part
I
of
mean,
it's
it
definitely
is,
clickbait,
but
but how, what,
45,000 years though. That's
yeah, or, yeah.
it's quite old. Uh,
Hmm.
man, man, we're fucked, huh? We're not lasting that long. I don't think
Yeah,
humanity's got that much left.
we're reaching
I
the
did
end of the
hear this,
road.
like, yeah, we're definitely getting there. Like, I don't see this going very long. I heard this theory that like every X amount of years, based on the fact that the poles switch, that humanity's been through this so many times, but they
Yeah,
just keep getting wiped every like 12,000 years. It's like a constant reset cycle, which is an interesting thought. Um, yeah, man, I think we're fucked. One of these days, something really fucking awful is gonna happen, and there's nothing we're gonna do. I mean, it's very fatalistic of me to say, but I mean, come on, man. Like, just start looking at things, and then you start to see like, maybe we got like maybe 100 to 200 left, if that.
hmm,
I think that would be lucky if we don't blow ourselves up or die from something terrible. Uh, yeah, uh, man, we all got long, so that's
no,
yeah. Another reason not to have kids. Probably won't make it
could
very
be
long.
zombies. Yep.
Could be zombies. Could be stomped by a woolly mammoth, then turn into a zombie. You don't
Yeah,
fucking know what's gonna
zombie
happen.
woolly mammoths. I mean,
Maybe that would be
maybe it
crazy.
spreads to them first.
Maybe that's when AI kills us off. They're like, you guys are fucking weak. You're gonna die anyway. You're gonna become zombies. We'll just
Maybe
kill
we
you all
create
now.
the AI too powerful in trying to defend ourselves from the zombies, and then by the time they deal with the
Mm,
zombie threat, they realize they don't need us.
right. Because that's what they were built for, was to defend us. And they're like, why the fuck we need to defend you? There's no point to
Hmm.
this. It's a good
Oh
point.
shit.
My thing is like, dude, I feel like every year I'm like, man, the list of things that could cause the apocalypse are just stacking and stacking. Like,
Yep.
we're just getting worse and worse every year. This camera, I'm gonna break this camera. Um, I think especially after COVID, personally, I was just kind of like, this shit can topple real quick. Like everything
Yeah.
can go to shit pretty fast, man. And like, luckily, no one. I'm not gonna say no one. That's a bad way to say this. The death toll wasn't gonna wipe out 90% of the planet. It wasn't that serious. It was still serious. I'm not saying people didn't die from COVID. I'm not one of those people. I think people died from COVID, but it wasn't a black plague type of scenario. I think it has killed about the same, but we also have international travel now, ways to spread this around a lot quicker. I think with COVID, I was like, man, if this was a serious one, like one that really was like, if you get it, you're fucking done. 90% of the time, you're gone. We would be gone.
Oh
110%.
yeah.
We'd be done. And I think COVID kind of made me feel like, oh shit, like this, everything could collapse real quick and no one really knows what to do about it. Like, no one really has a plan. No one's really got anything figured out. So, I mean, can you imagine if something really, really serious death toll wise, like you get it, you're gone. I mean, it would be that the world would end from us before we even get anything. We would just kill each other based on like panic.
Yeah.
So I think with COVID, it made me realize like, we're pretty fragile. Like this shit could end real quick if we aren't careful, which we really aren't. So who knows, man? We might be the last. We might be the last generation. One of the last. I guess there's a generation after us now because
We'll be
getting
like
old.
the old heads in the apocalypse.
Yeah, back in my day, we had clean water, and now we're
Food, not in canes.
Yeah, I'm dying right away. We talked about this before. There's an
Yep.
apocalypse. I'm done. I'm out. And there's no way I'm surviving. Like, this is gonna end real quick for me because I can guarantee you, I ain't built for it.
Yep.
I am not gonna be the guy to lead the next generation. I'm fucking out, bro. Y'all have fun. I did my time.
Yep.
It is what it is. I'm out.
You know, we got you guys here now. Deal with it.
Yeah, have a good time. Have
We
a good
brought
time.
the end of the road.
You can
to
rebuild everything.
You figured it out.
Yeah, I'm all right. I had a good time while I was here when things weren't shit. So, you guys just piece it back together for us, and whatever. Well, yeah, we're in a weird time. In a weird time.
Indeed.
Yep.
Well, that does it for all my list. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean we're at about an hour. I think we about hit our time. I'm about to die. So,
Yep.
thank you everyone for watching this episode. If anyone made it this far, we do have a Patreon. I haven't really been plugging it. I don't like to plug things. I need to get better at it. Obviously we don't have any subscribers on there, but if you do want to help us out, grow the channel, stuff like that, we do have a Patreon. If we do end up getting subscriptions or patrons, I don't know what they're called, we'll obviously make more content for it. But yeah, just keep watching. Thanks for watching. If you got made it this far, follow our shit, TikTok, all that stuff, or just watch the shorts that come out. And yeah, sorry I was sick. Hopefully next week I'm feeling, like in a few days because we're real late.
Yep.
Hopefully in a few days I'm feeling better. I'm not sneezing and dripping all over the fucking, look disgusting and look like I've been doing crack for 6 days. So hopefully I feel better next time. But yeah, sorry for it being late. I'll have it on time hopefully next week. So, alrighty.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say? Is that where we're done?
Nope.
Okay.
Peace.
All right. Peace. Peace, everybody. Goodbye.